It's like you don't even really get to enjoy it, you know what I mean? But once you get in the mix of that serotonin, you know what I mean, you do the things that really allow you to feel and sit with it. You know, I feel like, you know, that's what joy is, you know. Joy for me, outside of really fully understanding through my experience that it's my choice, it's almost something that, you know, like when people be like, oh, okay, well, if you had to transition, you know, like how would you want to transition? You know, I would want to transition in joy. You know what I'm saying? I would want to be happy knowing that, you know, I did all I could, you know. And when you arrive to understanding that there's a difference, you know, you choose better. Joy is just, it's such a potent thing. It's, you know, my nana, she passed away 2 years. This is probably, you know, the most important in my life and my experience. You know, just she was the first person to touch me. She was a doula when my mom, you know, had me. So we have a really deep connection. And when she transitioned, she showed me, you know, a lot about life and how, you know, even when you transition, you know, there's still ways to stay in contact. You know, there's still ways to, you know, feel that love. And when you're intentional about your relationships and people do transition and pass on, you're not sad. You know, you can really feel the full extent of love in a relationship. And she also helped me come to a place of joy, even though, you know, she's not here physically.
It's always going to be fluctuations. There's going to be big moments, but our life isn't comprised of mainly big moments. Like those are blips of time in the
Facts.
you know, in the timeline of our life. Our life is consisted of picking your kids up from school, like the mundane moments, cooking food, eating, you know, being with your family. And so it's like, do you want to live your life for the 0.1% or the 99.9%, you know?
Period.
Um, and so how have you come to change what you see, like how you value yourself as a human being and also in relation to self-worth when the externalities of success, you know, fluctuate with your career, when you have a number one and then, you know, there's downtime or like,
Yeah.
how do you see yourself how do you value yourself and like, how do you come into relation with self-worth?
Well, I definitely keep a daily practice. That is something that, you know, I would advise to all the men out there and young men, you know, keep a daily practice, you know, that allows you to tap into the mental, the physical, and the spiritual. I do that with working out every day or dancing and moving my body, or, you know, I'll do some breath work. I think having a schedule has allowed me to stay grounded and also just realize that, you know, like you said, life is it's ups and downs, it's peaks and valleys, and really what we experience more than anything is those downtime. So you have to make sure that you build practices that allow you to still enjoy your life, you know what I mean? But but know and realize and recognize that, you know, this is the cycle of life. And this is something that I had to really arrive to because I started so young. You know, I didn't understand the power of like booking my own, you know, getaway until 2019. That's like the first real like vacation I ever took in my whole life, you know, because I've been a workhorse and I've been working since I was younger, you know what I mean? And I saw how much that affected me, you know what I mean, with getting frustrated with work when, you know, work wasn't what I wanted to be, you know, or at the volume at, and, you know, and then having to renegotiate things and my price and my value, you know, like just understanding that that is in, you know, the scope of my own power. Like, no, I can arrive at any job and no one could tell me what my value is, you know. So really just being intentional about understanding where I'm at in life, you know, and then also maturing. Maturing had really helped me understand that going slow is going fast. You know, if I'm gonna do anything, then it's like that's the effect that I want. You know, that could be one person, it could be 100,000 people. to arrive to that point to where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, the work is working. I'm doing exactly what I need to do, and it's not just about one thing. It's about this life experience, being able to look at that, being able to appreciate those down moments, as we would call them down. Maybe we should call them plateau, you know what I'm saying? Because people think that it's an up and down thing, but it's a rising thing. People would be like, why is he so happy? Why is he dancing all of the time? You know what I mean? And I just realized now, like, yo, joy was just inside of me, and it had to move around. It had to let loose. It had to find out things. It had to go through, being disappointed. It had to go through feeling, betrayed and that's what my journey was, you know what I'm saying? And I'm happy to be able to go through this experience because, without that experience, there's no information, there's no testimony, as they say.